It is genuinely very unfair to use one specific instance to make a judgment, to make an indictment on someone's character, on someone's personality, on someone's home training. I'm someone who has respect, so much respect for Mr. Elumelu and everything he has achieved with his career, everything he's been able to do. It's no small feat in any way, and he deserves all the respect to be accorded to him. Specifically looking at how he handled this case with the tone he used, the correctional fatherly tone that he used, I now have more profound respect for him. Alrighty. Hey guys. So today's video is, well, it's not off brand, but it's just going to be a little different. So I'm just going to be reacting to something that happened on the internet a couple of days, maybe weeks now. It's been making rounds, and I hope this isn't even coming like late. But yeah, I still feel like I have a couple of things to say about this as a young professional myself, who's trying to figure things out in career and just make the best of this phase of my career. All right. So I'm referring to this issue.
Okay. Good morning, Tony.
Toyin. Toyin.
I said good morning, Tony.
Okay, no, you won't call me Tony. I'm not those people. You call me Mr. Elumelu or Tioyi. You won't call me Tony or Chairman. That is, I don't subscribe to that kind of Oyibo life, okay? All right.
Good morning, Mr. Elumelu. So my question is, how do you know if you are to keep...
Okay. And as short as that video is, I feel like there's so much to unpack there. So much to unpack. Right. But I would pick it up from, I would say, the most pertinent issue, starting off with respect to that issue, right? And whilst I take absolutely no pleasure in dogpiling on this lady, on this young professional who made a very public mistake, I feel it's still very important to say, regardless, right, that you can't refer to an elderly man in his 60s by his first name, right? That's very important to address. It's wrong. It's wrong on on a general level of respect. It's wrong in even within our cultural context, and even beyond our cultural context. I still think it's fairly inappropriate to refer to someone, an elderly person, by their first name. It's very wrong, right? I'd like to point out a couple of things. One, I will start off by saying the internet is such a bad place. Like, the internet is genuinely not nice at all. And from the videos and the content I've been seeing on this, genuinely everything has been very, very, very unkind. And I think it's not even in context of what actually happened, right? Again, if you watch the video very closely, separate all the noise that you're seeing online, right? Something you would notice, and I noticed this as well, with respect to the way Mr. Elumelu addressed the issue, right? I took note of his tone, and I took note of his facial expressions, right? And his tone was, one, it was stern. Two, it was firm. But it was also kind. It was soft, right? And even the expression of on his face, you could see a light smile on his face. And whilst this lady had made this mistake, his response was overall was a kind response to this young professional who had made a mistake. And I would almost say it was correctional. There was a correctional tone there, the same you would see from a father to a child, right? You don't see or you don't hear any antagonizing expression towards this young professional. And I think that's really, really important, because what we're seeing on the internet and the takes that we're seeing has gone ahead to antagonize this young professional, has gone ahead to almost bully her, right? And whilst as I've already established in the video, she did make a mistake, right? That is very wrong. I would say at the same time, the internet is being very, very unkind to her, very unkind to her. I would want to turn it back to ourselves as well, right? Because if you see me looking down, I'm looking down at my phone just to keep my thoughts organized. Imagine if it was you who made a mistake like that, you know, as someone who's young, maybe in your early 20s, and you're trying to, it is genuinely very unfair to use one specific instance to make a judgment, to make an indictment on someone's character, on someone's personality, on someone's home training, right? It's very, very, very unfair. I'm pretty sure none of us would want to be judged, to be judged on, you know, our worst moments, on our mistakes, right? And I'm not seeing any of that grace or love being extended to this young lady. I'm someone who has respect, so much respect for Mr. Elumelu and everything he has achieved with his career, everything he's been able to do. It's no small feat in any way, and he deserves all the respect to be accorded to him. Specifically looking at how he handled this case with, you know, with the tone he used, you know, the correctional fatherly tone that he used, I now have more profound respect. I mean, you notice in the video when she properly addressed him, he went ahead to say thank you, right? Again, and that is very, 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 very professional behavior seen from him. And again, I have even more profound respect for him for handling this in the way that he did. So my plight here is, we should extend this lady some grace. While she did make some mistakes, we should definitely extend this lady some grace and stop dogpiling on this lady. You know, anyone, we've all made mistakes, even though it might not be of that same nature. It might not be, you know, in that same manner, or that grandiose, or in a very public way, right? But yeah, we should go ahead and extend this lady some grace. We've all made mistakes, and as a young professional as well, I've made mistakes in my career, and I'm constantly learning from them. That's all I think for now. So thank you for listening. Again, I'm Gabriel. Cheers.